The first thing the man did after being reborn was to grab the pencil from his daughter's hand and ask her to play video games with him, because only by doing this could he save her life. In his previous life, he raised his daughter with strict and extreme discipline, which caused her immense psychological pressure. Eventually she developed severe depression. His wife, disagreeing with his parenting style, left him and took their daughter away. The man spent his entire life building a fortune, all in the hope of finding them again, until one day after a performance, his wife told him their daughter had attempted suicide by slashing her wrists. Crushed by guilt and regret, he suffered a fatal heart attack. When he opened his eyes again, he was back 30 years earlier. At that time, his daughter was still healthy, and his wife was still by his side. Given a second chance at life, he vowed never to let tragedy repeat itself. Meanwhile, his wife, once a superstar singer, had joined a parent-child reality show. To repay the penalty for quitting the music industry, cameras had already been installed at home, and everything would be broadcast live to viewers. The production crew and audience expected the unknown and jobless stay-at-home dad to embarrass himself, but the woman had full confidence, believing her husband would take good care of the family. What she didn't know was that her husband's entire parenting philosophy had changed. As the show officially began, the live feed cut into their home. To everyone's surprise, the man's first move was to snatch the pencil from his daughter and make her play games with him. At first, everyone thought it was some clever trick, but seconds later, he really started playing with her. A sly guest began making sarcastic remarks. The host suggested the wife check in on the homework, but she couldn't reveal they were live. Unexpectedly, the man replied that the homework was already done, and lied that their daughter was practicing piano. Just then, the daughter remembered she hadn't finished her homework, but the man calmly said he would help her catch up later. The wife thought her responsible husband would gain audience support, but his actions made his approval rating hit rock bottom. The host reminded her if the rating dropped below 10%, they'd be eliminated. With only a $200 consolation prize, a psychologist even stepped forward, blasting the man's parenting methods as harmful and recommending the show be shut down. As things spiraled out of control, the host looked uneasy and urged the wife to consider withdrawing. Torn and anxious, the wife hesitated, when suddenly the live stream took a turn. The laughter between the father and daughter touched viewers' hearts. People commented they hadn't seen a child smile like that in ages. Watching such a warm and joyful scene, the man's approval rating skyrocketed. Soon it was lunchtime. The wife had full faith in her husband's cooking skills. Her confidence spread to the audience, but to their shock, the man served grilled meat. In his past life, he'd strictly controlled their daughter's diet, which eventually caused an eating disorder. This time, he just wanted to make it up to her in the simplest way. But the audience began criticizing again, and the wife grew even more anxious. She called to ask about the meal. The father and daughter lied in perfect sync, saying they were eating healthy. Criticism kept rising in the chat. Viewers warned this would teach the child to become a liar. Under pressure, the wife couldn't understand why her husband had changed so much, but due to the show, she could only apologize on his behalf. Then came piano practice time. She asked the audience to give her husband one last chance. If he failed again, she would quit the show. As expected, their talented daughter played a beautiful piano piece. The lovely melody impressed